Boker Tov. Good morning.
Tov. Good morning. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, Craig. Thank you for joining us today. It's so nice. So nice to have you.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, about today's show, we're gonna do a show about. I want to give the power to Tamar today. She's gonna help us learn a lot about nutrition, about health, and I'm so excited. And so, without further ado, Tamar.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for having us. Today we're going to talk about a DNA supplement that I'm involved with my business partner, Craig, here. This supplement is customized to your DNA, and it takes your health to an optimal level, and Craig is going to go in depth and explain more about that. And Craig is in Vegas. And I'll pass the mic to Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Thank you, Tamar. Hello, everyone. And look, it's a pretty interesting and exciting time that we sit in today. I think, it's a testament to even what you're doing with your entire world, Tamar, of health and wellness, nutrition. All of us want to feel our best. All of us are looking for answers as to why we might not feel as good today as we did yesterday. And we all want to feel as good tomorrow as we do today. And for the longest time, without getting into too much of my story, about 10 years ago, my wife got sick. And doc after doc, nobody could tell us what was wrong. In the end, it wound up being gluten. This pesky little ingredient that we now know is in just about everything. You talk to health and wellness professionals, and they're going to tell you, especially on the holistic and alternative care, anybody with nutrition, they're going to tell you limit gluten or go gluten-free, limit dairy or go dairy-free. Again, not
Absolutely.
a suggestion. I'm just saying a lot of people are talking about these things from a health and wellness perspective. Why? Because they cause an inflammatory response in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And as we continue to go down my wife's journey, I gave up gluten as well. For the next 6 months after that, my wife got better, I got worse. So it triggered, it catalyzed for me, like it does, I think, for so many people that are listening right now. It catalyzed for me a deep dive into better understanding health, nutrition, diet, and where our food comes from. Not just how our bodies convert food into energy, but where our food is actually coming from, looking at the supply chain and actually understanding agriculture, farming, and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for myself, as I continue to unstone or unearth or look underneath things and learn more and more, I began to become more flabbergasted and disgusted with what I had found. And I know that this is Tamar and we share a lot of these beliefs and understandings. As you learn, like I read something, I'm like, man, I can't unread that, and it's going to forever change how I go about my everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the things that I really enjoy doing, catalyzing positive change in health through science, technology, and knowledge. So hopefully what we can do today is talk a little bit and educate a little bit about what DNA wellness is, what it is to truly live our best day yet. And for me, I turned 42 years old.
Wow.
Today, and
You
I
look so young.
Are you a Gemini?
I am a Gemini.
So am I. Oh, yeah, we did talk about this, actually.
Yeah, we talked about this.
And we're the same age, too.
Whatever you're doing, I want to be on it.
If
if I look like that by 40, that's what I'm doing. You look amazing, and I'll make sure everyone will see that. But wow, I'm so shocked. Tell us what you do in order to be the best. I'm sure you're feeling how you're looking, because a glow is also internal.
Absolutely.
So
Never felt better. Literally every year, when I look back and I reflect, and I'm coming into my birth month, so it's time for me to start reflecting on the past year, and every year has gotten better and better and better, stronger,
Oh my God.
healthier, more vitality. I feel younger and younger. I'll make this statement for everybody to hear on the radio. I'm living to be 150. I'm just saying.
Amen.
Amen. Peter Pan, never growing.
That's it.
You got to make sure you're eating those chaga mushrooms.
Chaga. Ooh.
It's all about the chaga. Look, it's all about the mushrooms in general. I love all of them.
I love
Yeah,
it.
there's 24 of them, I believe, that should be in your diet. But chaga's the king.
Wow. I'm so excited.
It's wonderful. I mean, there are so many wonderful mushrooms.
Longevity.
Yes, I mean, just have more days here on this planet. I feel it. I want to live longer.
Strong days,
Yeah.
Not only do we want to live longer, we want to live and have the best quality life that we could have and feel the best. And we're blessed to be here.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's definitely the biggest gift we got is life. So how do we do more of it? Tell us.
How do we do more of it? Okay, so for especially folks like Tamar and myself, right, we dive deep into nutrition, really understanding vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. And the reality is, when you give the body the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that it needs to perform, it performs the way it's supposed to perform. It's just that simple.
Okay.
Most of us, and look, I love our medical system. I love, if I slip, fall, I break my arm, take me to the hospital, right? Like, there are doctors that are out there that are doing good things. They're dealing with acute illnesses and ailments. Right. Unfortunately, when you get into chronic ailments and chronic issues, oftentimes it comes back to diet and nutrition. And that's kind of like the last frontier for most of our medical system, unless you have a nutritionist and somebody who really knows and understands it, like Tamar. And she and I have had some incredible conversations around what we could be eating. I don't like the word should, what we could be eating, what we could have access to, and what we could be gaining from our diet. And this is where it kind of gets into DNA wellness. So the entire study of DNA wellness is a field of study called nutrigenomics, nutrition and genetics. Many of your listeners, and I'm sure you as well, are familiar with genetics. In 2003, they mapped the human genomes. So we now know all the different proteins that make up our DNA. Since then, we've been figuring out what each strain on that DNA does, what impact it has on our body. And we've been looking into something called epigenetics, which is influencing gene expression. That's not what we do, but this is a body of research that is fairly well known, and more people are finding out about it right now. Taking it a step further, what this company does, and what I love about this product, is all we do is analyze your DNA, and then we support your DNA through nutrition, through vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in specific doses based on peer-reviewed science and research. So all this company really does is you go and you take a HIPAA-compliant DNA test, just as you would for 23andMe or Ancestry DNA, a salvatory test. We take cheek cells. It's important to note, those companies that I just mentioned are not HIPAA compliant, which means your information is free to be sold, bought, purchased, shared freely. You sign their agreement, so you're acknowledging it. Our company does everything through HIPAA compliance. HIPAA creates the doctor-patient relationship here in the United States. It makes it illegal for us to sell or share, even for it to see. If you do decide to make a purchase, I don't get to see your DNA. I don't get to see the strain. You become a barcode, as I'll show you in just a couple moments. But the privacy aspect has to be there for me. And the knowledge and the education that we're gaining and learning from our DNA right now is literally every single day is new research telling us something new that could have an influence on our overall health and wellness. So as you look at nutrition, we're all familiar with you are what you eat. Right? That's kind of like,
I believe in it.
Hey son,
yes,
you are what you eat, right? It's not actually true. It's actually you are what you absorb. Right? And there's a lot, when you talk about health and wellness, you get into a lot about gut health, the gut biome, and right, prebiotics, probiotics, different bacteria that you're using, digestive enzymes. All of these aspects are really, really important. And for the better part of the last 10 years, I would say 6 to 7 years of that, it was really about gut health. It was really about probiotics, rotating them in and out, eating broad, diversified food, and eating lots of stuff that's your sauerkraut.
Fermented.
Right? Fermented foods to treat the gut biome and that sort of thing. What I learned when I started working with the Science Advisory Board at Euphoria Science, and that's the name of this company, what I learned when I started talking to this company is that it's not just you are what you absorb because of your gut biome. You may not have access to, you might not be absorbing vitamins, minerals, and nutrients because of your DNA. You might be hardwired to not absorb certain vitamins, minerals, and nutrients because of something you inherited from mom or dad.
That's right.
And all this company does is they analyze your DNA. They give you a report. I think you have the report here.
I have your report here, yeah.
Digitally, but it's a 38-page report that literally tells you everything you need to know about what we call these heavy hitters. And I know this isn't really going to show well on camera or on television, but these are basically the SNPs, the genetic variants that we look at, and I know that it's not really ideal.
I have
These
it right
are
here too.
the aspects that they that kind of the what they do in the world, right? Their common functionality, and then they give you a really easy to understand red, green, yellow indicator. A green indicates I did not inherit this gene. A yellow indicates I inherited this gene from one parent, and a red indicates I inherited this gene from both parents. All this company is doing, and all this science and research is sharing with you, is telling you how you inherited certain genes, which then dictate what vitamins, minerals, and nutrients you need to fortify and strengthen how your body performs day to day. And this has been remarkable. So let me tell you a couple of ways where this is, I think, most applicable to most people. It's funny. Tomorrow I was just looking at your Instagram. You were out for a run. You said it's been a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love going on Instagram or Facebook or getting pictures from friends and family, like going outside to get some vitamin D. And for those that haven't been on Tamar's Instagram, totally go check out her stories and check out what she's wearing, because it's relative to what I'm sharing with you right now. Tamar, what you were wearing, and you had a lot of skin exposed, may not be enough skin exposed for vitamin D absorption.
That's right.
Most people don't know this.
You actually
Right?
have to be like naked and like be outside every day, and it still wouldn't be enough vitamin D absorbed.
That's crazy, because vitamin D is like, there's so much study about how important vitamin D is for everyday function, the brain.
For immunity, for
immunity.
to prevent from getting COVID. It's one of the biggest supplements that everybody should be taking.
So look, over 400 functions in the body are they need and feed off of vitamin D, which technically isn't a vitamin. It's actually a hormone, and it is created when your skin is exposed to the sun at a certain height in the sky as well. So most of us have been told for the longest time, we'll avoid the sun between 10 and 2. The reality is you need to be in the sun between 10 and 2 in order for you to manufacture your vitamin D.
Wow.
You need to have, gentlemen, shirt off. You need to have your entire chest exposed. Just going out in this shirt and even my face exposed, I'm not making vitamin D. So I see pictures of people going hiking in the winter months, and they've got a hat on and a mask and gloves, and they're fully covered, like going out to get some vitamin D. And I'm like, you're not getting any vitamin D. Okay. So the first part is sun exposure and skin exposure. The second part is where the sun is in the sky. The third part is your genetics. So there's something called the VDR gene. It's the last one on this page. VDR, vitamin D receptor. If you inherited this gene from both parents, it means that you will create or produce 70% less vitamin D than someone who did not inherit those genes. I think this is really important. So my wife inherited that gene from both parents. I did not inherit that gene from either parent.
You didn't have any.
That means that if me and my wife go outside in the same city for the same amount of time with the same amount of skin exposed, my wife will manufacture 70% less vitamin D than I will from that sun exposure. And it has nothing to do with any other variables except my DNA. So what this company is, and it's the first of its kind, and I'll share with you some things that they're doing that nobody else is doing. There are other companies out there that do DNA testing. Obviously, 23andMe. You can get your 23andMe test. You can take the raw data. You can upload it to a bunch of different places. But what this company does that's truly different is they analyze your DNA. They tell you what you need to know about your DNA, which is great. Information, knowledge is power, right? But then they take it a step further and they say, okay, given all of these genetic variants and the manner in which you inherited them from mom and dad, from mom or dad, or from neither mom or dad, and then they fill all that into a piece of software that makes and manufactures a nutritional supplement made specifically for you. And this is also something that has never been done. This company built the technology from the ground up, which creates a one and only nutritional formula. It's called Nutrition. It literally has your name on the bottle, and that barcode gets scanned. And this goes down a conveyor belt. I've been to the manufacturing facility, and they dump in about, up to 93 plant-based, wild-crafted, organic when they can be ingredients. So this is some of the best ingredients that you can put on your body, and it's a company that's truly driven for your health. No artificial preservatives, no artificial fillers, no artificial binders. It's allergen friendly, no gluten, no dairy, no soy, no peanuts. This is about the best thing that I would say 95% of the people listening right now, and I know you have a very health conscious audience. For most people, this is the healthiest thing you're gonna put in your body every single day. And it's made specifically for you. So my formula is no good for you. It's made specifically for me. Tamar has her own formula. It's designed to fortify and strengthen her DNA and gaps found in her DNA. So this has never been done before. There's over 400 million possible formulations.
Genius, by the way. It's genius.
And the other thing that I want to say about that is we're just going out blindly and, oh, let me grab some calcium. And you know what? I think I need to
How do we know? How do we know?
We don't know. We're just guessing. You know,
Yeah.
oh, I think I need to add calcium to my diet because I'm 30. And, you know, they say after this age, our bone density goes down. But do you really know that you need to supplement calcium?
Yeah.
We can eat calcium in so many ways, but I could personally, which I actually do, have a variant where I don't absorb calcium. So I personally would need some calcium in my prescription that I have. But other people might just be buying all these supplements that are
Blindly,
not necessary.
yeah.
It's just blind nutrition.
How about kids? Are you kid friendly or are you adult friendly only? Say.
So it's adult friendly. Well, me personally, I have a 13-month-old daughter. I'm very kid friendly. But the supplement line is 18 and over, and there's a reason for that. Frankly, when you start to get into creating supplements for children that are under the age of 18 or humans that are under the age of 18, I don't want to label anything here, you start to get into different RDAs, different recommended daily allowances. So the same formula and the same dosage that you make for an 18-year-old
because they're still
is
growing.
necessarily the same dosage.
Yeah, they're still in growth.
Right, and their dosage will be a lot less, and this is just a dosage for an adult.
For
so
a full-grown body.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
So look, you brought up a really good point. I wanna make sure that we touch on that. I have a saying: if you don't test, it's just a guess. Okay,
Yeah.
and most of us are going out there and blindly taking. Now, many people, especially your listeners, and I know Tamar, because we've talked about this too. You go to your doctor and you get a blood test, right? Or better yet, you go to your functional medicine practitioner and you do a wealth of testing, hormone testing, sperm
which
analysis,
was what I
urine
did
analysis.
for me and my daughter. Like,
It's fantastic,
Yeah.
right? You do even spectracell analysis, which is for micronutrient testing. Here's the reality about blood work, and this is the unfortunate part about blood work. Blood work is only really looking at the last 6 to 18 hours of your existence, which is why you always go to the doctor and they say, fast, right? You're always in a fasted state, so you're always in the same place. If you ate let's just take folic acid, for example. Well, actually, folic acid's a really good example. So if you ate a bunch of green leafy greens and then you did a spectracell analysis within 6 hours of eating it, you would test high in all of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that are found inside
greens.
Yes.
whatever you were eating. So eating in a fasted state is your DNA doesn't change. Is the point.
Yeah.
Your DNA doesn't change from the time you're
I
born
actually
to the
do
time
have a
you pass.
question. I'm sorry to cut you off. I really have to ask it. In my first pregnancy, I wasn't anemic. I was born anemic, and then I think through diet I worked on it, and also supplements. I try to take like iron and things like that. But so my first pregnancy I wasn't. The second pregnancy I was. Why do things change in the body? And then once you test through DNA, how does the supplement make sure that you never kind of fall back to missing out on certain supplements and things like that?
Look, it's a great question, and for me to really answer that question with you, and I would love to, I need to know a lot about the environments you were in during your first pregnancy, the environments you were in your second pregnancy, and really what happened in between first and second.
In between,
pregnancy,
yeah, no, of course.
right? So, and it's not just the physical environment that you were in, like that beautiful soundproof room that you're sitting in.
Yeah,
Versus
it's
this
like the
office
food
that
I
I'm
was
sitting in.
eating, the water I was drinking. Yeah.
Everything. It's what you put in your mouth, what you put on your skin, and what you allow to be kept in the air around you. It's these three main environments that you really need to look out for and that you really need to be vigilant around. Because walking in the streets of LA, you've got lots of cars, lots of car exhaust, which means you're inhaling 11,000 square inches of oxygen that you're taking in and air that you're taking in. Your body then pulls in from that every time you inhale and exhale. So that environment, all the beauty products, the lotions, the makeup, the water that you're, not just the water that you're drinking, but the water that you're showering in and bathing.
It's going into your,
Without
it's
to
still
take-
getting absorbed into your skin,
So many things.
Makeup
I'll tell you
is
something
highly toxic. Perfume is highly toxic.
Wow.
All my makeup, I only use non-toxic makeup. I switched it all out. It's a big time hormone disruptor. All those things are all really relevant to all of it.
Honestly, I didn't know. That's crazy.
When you start on your health journey, everybody's like, don't drink tap water. There's chlorine and fluoride, and there is, by the way, don't drink tap water. But what most people don't realize is that you'll absorb, in a 10-minute shower, you absorb more chlorine through your skin than you do drinking a pint of tap water.
Wow.
And yet, none of us have filters on our showers. I do, but most of us
course
don't.
you do.
Right? They sell them on Amazon.
I'm gonna get it right now.
Incredible. Look, these are all things, right? So,
not to mention, like,
go back
all
to your
these
question.
Teslas. People are sitting on a battery and they're getting exposed to. We're all getting exposed to EMF constantly from all the Wi-Fi, from everything. But if you think about a Tesla, and people, it's the new cool thing, but realistically, you're sitting on a battery and the EMF is just being absorbed into you daily driving around that car.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's so many things that no one thinks about.
But those are the little things, those are the little things that could affect our health. And we're here to protect ourselves for the long run. So how can we do that through DNA testing and through the supplements?
So, look, you layer on top of, even your situation, from your first child to your second, from your first pregnancy to your second, right? Of course things are going to change. They change in your environment. They change in your diet. You learn something today that changes the way you do things tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I love about this show. It's what I love about teaching.
Yes.
DNA wellness and DNA nutrition, whether it's sports and fitness, skincare, weight management, whether it's just overall general health and wellness, one of the best things that we can do is make sure that we are serving our bodies the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that it needs to perform. The body runs off approximately 102 minerals. If you're deficient or void, if your diet is void of any of those vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, your body gives you a sign. Modern medicine calls that sign a symptom. When you listen to that symptom and you try and get back to the root cause to find out exactly what that is, now all of a sudden you're realizing and recognizing what you can do to help make tomorrow better than today. And that's really what it's all about. So what this company does that I absolutely love is that, look, they send you this 38-page report. I've read it cover to cover. Most people don't. The beauty of it is, whether you read it or not is actually irrelevant. As long as you order this each month and it shows up and you put it in your mouth.
So they already read the report, they did the job, and they made the right supplements for you.
And the other thing that does show on your report, which I think is also great, is it also shows what foods that you could be eating in addition that would help that variant that you have.
Wow. So it will protect you from the bad stuff. I don't want to say.
Right. So let's talk a little bit more about how this operates. So the first gene on that report, and I can send you some slides if you want to edit some things into the YouTube.
Yeah, please. Yeah, later on.
So that the first gene that we look at is
here we go. It's here.
APOB. Okay. APOB has to do with cholesterol. The exact verbiage that it uses is what do they call it here? They say supports a healthy heart by maintaining cholesterol levels. So basically, if you have this genetic variant, APOB, and you inherited it from mom and dad, it means your body lacks the ability to keep cholesterol within the normal range. I want to be clear. It does not mean you have high cholesterol.
Right.
It just means that you, going against somebody that did not inherit this genetic variant, struggle to keep cholesterol within the normal range. Mm-hmm. All this company does is they say, okay, if you struggle to keep cholesterol within the normal range, here's 5 foods that have been scientifically proven to keep cholesterol within the normal range.
Genius.
I'm going to serve you those 5 foods or those derivatives each and every time you take your supplement.
Which, by the way, red wine is on there.
Red wine is on there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely it is. The reason why
I love red wine.
Yeah.
I love red wine.
Hey, the three foods for longevity, the biggest 3 is olive oil, red wine, and chocolate.
Ah, my favorites. It's like I hit the lottery. You know, I love it. It's so amazing.
A very specific chocolate.
Cacao.
Yeah, with no sugars, yes. I mean, I still love chocolate, and I love also my daughter still loves chocolate. The new brand that you recommended still goes through. As long as it's dark and it looks like chocolate, she'll eat it.
I told her to get Who. Have you tried that? The Who chocolate?
Who?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to try it.
I will put it in the
Wait,
link.
How old's your daughter? How old is your
She's
daughter?
4, almost 5. Biggest chocolate lover ever. Like, she
Well,
has
let me tell you
to.
something. That's not gonna fade. I'm 42. I still love chocolate. I had chocolate
Me
last
too.
night.
So both of us, we wake up, we drink coffee and milk in the morning. Obviously almond milk. I don't do dairy. I don't do gluten. I love that you started off with that because I feel so much better cutting that off in my life. I don't know. Maybe it's definitely individual. In gluten and dairy could be an individual thing. To me, it did wonders. But
Eventually, to anybody,
Yeah.
it's all about how your body can handle it. But
Yes.
it has an inflammatory response for anybody.
yeah,
But what happens is, in your gut, when you have a missing pieces where the gluten slips in, that's when you get the leaky gut, and
Yes.
that's when you can feel the symptoms of.
so I had every leaky gut symptom that could be out there. Like bloated stomach, headaches, mood. I love pizza. I reinvented it. No gluten and dairy on it. My husband still loves gluten. I'm still cool with that. It's just for me, it did wonders. I love being on that diet. And I guess I'm just like your wife, I think, who benefited from it. And some people, that's not their thing. That's okay. But definitely knowing why and being aware is really good. Yeah. And going back to our subject, I just kind of want to summarize everything we talked about. So how basically I feel like the supplements is genius. Like this idea, how do you name it? Sorry,
Euphoria science.
Euphoria science. It's genius. How do you get access to it? How do you do it? What's the procedures? Because I kind of want to. I want to get it done. To be honest, I'm like, sign me up. Yeah.
So this is our business. It's what we do, and it spreads through word of mouth. Right.
Yes.
So circle back with if there's a website or a posting or listings underneath the YouTube channel, whatever it is that you're watching, listening, hearing, understanding, we will make sure that there will be a link. Send an email to the radio station, ask to get connected with me and Tamar.
Do you send like a testing kit though? Like say.
So we will post a link. It'll go to our website. Mm-hmm. On that website, you can go directly on there. You can order it, and it'll come straight to your house. You do the swab at home. You put it in the envelope, and you mail it back. It'll take 2 to 4 weeks.
Oh my God.
And you will get your supplement.
Wow.
Really
thank you guys. That's
2 to 4 weeks. You get your report, and then 7 days later, you get your supplement at your door.
You sign up.
Contract.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. So that's how easy it is to stay healthy these days.
That's right.
Amazing. This is amazing. I want to thank you both because I think spreading the word and just telling people, hey, we thought about your health for you. All you have to do is A, B, C, and D. Super easy, I think we all became super savvy when it comes to our phone, going on websites, ordering things on Amazon became super easy. So that's going to be just as easy.
One more thing I wanted to cover with Craig was the difference, which we kind of started talking about, but the difference in being deficient on a vitamin, which is through the blood test. So if you're deficient on something, you would still need to get a blood test separately because this is just your DNA. This supplement just covers your DNA.
But it will help you not be deficient.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It will.
So overall,
It will help you,
in the
it
long
will
run.
help you across the board. So let's go back to your example, even with your pregnancy, right?
If I
You
had
have a
supplement
couple
like
months,
that,
maybe less.
I can
If you
tell
have
you
supplement-
that I ate more meat in the first pregnancy than the second one. So maybe,
Right, but that wouldn't make sense why you were anemic and then you weren't anemic.
Yes.
Right, because there's iron in meat. But we could dive into that.
Yeah.
The reality is, my wife took our nutrition. She took that as her prenatal. She took it straight through pregnancy. She's now breastfeeding. She continues to take it.
yeah, me too.
And it continues to contribute to our health.
Oh, okay. That's a great question because I am nursing. Is it allowed while nursing?
It's vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, and it's whole plant-based. There's
Oh, okay.
nothing in it. It's all from the earth. So you make your decision. I'm not
Okay.
going to make that suggestion for you, but
No, but
my
it's
wife
generally
I can tell you
not
what I'm doing.
harmful. God forbid,
My
like
wife is nursing, and she takes it every day.
perfect.
And I feel better that my daughter and my wife have access to the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that they need.
Yeah.
Think of this as like the Swiss Army knife of nutrition. It's up to 93 plant-based, wild-crafted, organic when they can be ingredients. It's really, really broad. So this isn't like taking a vitamin C supplement or taking a vitamin D supplement.
Yeah, blindly.
you're
You
getting
do it with the
everything.
knowledge, yes. Which is
And your body activates harmoniously through all these different functionalities and through all of these different vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So your entire body levels up, your cells level up, all of your body functioning levels
Your cell
up.
function, which is like,
wow.
and also when we are buying supplements, even prenatals, the source is very important because not all supplements are created equally. So like Craig mentioned, these are all from top of the line sources, organic when they can be. There's so many different vitamins out there that aren't good sources of supplements. So you
Wow.
also have to really know what you're taking and what companies that you're using when you do use supplements.
Wow. All I can say is sign me up. I want to take care of myself, and I'm fully in. I think, and I want to recommend it to our viewers. I want our listeners and our viewers and our community, Israeli community or Jewish American community in LA, and all over the world, to be part of it, because I think the longer we're here, the better, you know. And yeah, and that's amazing. We're gonna do this. We're gonna help spread the word. I'm gonna personally sign up, do whatever it takes. I would have done it for my children if it was, if it was an option, but I'll definitely try to get my husband.
It's not about them. You just found out about it now.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
push
So
forward.
yeah, and I think the most important thing is to work on you. Later on, work on others.
Always. It's like when
Yeah.
you're in the airplane. Do you put
Yes.
the mask on yourself or your child first or yourself first?
Yes.
You got to start with yourself,
Yourself.
then your children, your family, your neighbors, your community.
Yes.
It goes from there.
Yeah, and then once you see how positive the results are, and people will see it on you, then it'll be easy to advertise and kind of spread the word. So thank you so much, guys. I think I'm after this conversation, I'm like so excited to know. I think knowing things about myself, know things that I didn't know, all my DNA makeup, it's kind of like exciting and fascinating, and knowledge is power. And so definitely, you have you're the first radio client, and then definitely we'll keep spreading the word, keep doing this. Hopefully we'll do this again when our cameras are a little bit more set. But it was a wonderful topic and talk, and I will definitely want to spread this further, to all of our audience. And
I'd love to come to LA and be
Yeah.
in studio live.
Yes, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Maybe we can even show, I wouldn't mind once I get tested to show my results. And
Well, I will definitely bring in my report. Mine was a
Yeah.
little delayed, but I should get it in the next few weeks, and I'm happy to share mine too.
Once it's here forever. So however long it's gonna take, it's fine with me. It's just I would love to kind of show, maybe the differences compare.
Yeah, and there's also, so what I'm taking right now while you're waiting, there's also a pre-trition that you take, which is kind of like a little detox, getting you ready to take your...
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so it's kind of preparation for
Yes.
for the real thing.
For the real thing.
Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. We gotta wrap it up, but it was fascinating. I could stay here for hours and hear more about it, and I have a lot of questions, but maybe, the next time we'll get to talk with you. It will be amazing. Thank you, everyone who was here with us, our audience. We leave all the links, everything, your website, anything that we kind of mentioned here. I'd make sure to leave links on our YouTube. And please follow and subscribe if you don't have it. And then have a beautiful day here from LA. enjoy Vegas. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. It's such an honor, and definitely be here next Thursday.
Yes.
Amazing.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Happy Thursday. It's going to be a lot happier soon with the with the better life living. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Craig. Have a great day.
Bye, Craig.
Bye. Sorry, we went overtime, I know.
סיימת?
Oh my God, it was
תשמעי.
phenomenal. Get me on that.
היה נראה ממש טוב.
כן,
היה נראה טוב ונשמעתם טוב.
Okay, it was amazing. Okay.
יאללה, מהמם. Oh, what is this?
My IG.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, let me show you.